She walked onto the court with quiet confidence. No flashy moves, no loud entrance, just a simple woman in a hoodie and sneakers that had clearly seen better days. The crowd barely noticed her. A few chuckled. Others whispered, "Who let someone like asterisk her asterisk play?" She wasn't tall, didn't look tough, and certainly didn't fit the image of someone who could hang with the best. But what happened next would leave the entire gym in stunned silence. This was supposed to be just another pickup game, fast-paced, full of trash talk, and dominated by the local star player, Jamal. Known for his ego as much as his skills, Jamal made it clear he wasn't taking her seriously. He smirked, gave her space on defense, and even let the crowd laugh when she missed an early shot. To him, she was just another warm body on the court, someone to embarrass for fun. But something changed. You could see it in her eyes, a quiet fire that started to build after every missed opportunity, every cruel comment, every shove she brushed off. She wasn't there to prove anything to the crowd. She was there for herself, and the moment she got the ball again, something clicked. She crossed over one defender with speed no one saw coming, then faked another into the stands. The energy shifted. People leaned in. Even Jamal stopped smiling. What happened next didn't feel real. In one explosive move, she sprinted down the court, took flight, and did the unthinkable. But before we get to that moment, let's rewind. Who asterisk is asterisk this woman? Where did she come from? And what made her step onto a court where no one believed she belonged? Stick around because this story is only getting started. Her name was Maya. No one knew that yet because no one had ever seen her on this court before. She didn't grow up in the neighborhood, didn't go to the same high school as the others, and definitely wasn't part of the local basketball scene. That's why, to the crowd and the players, she was just some random woman who walked in like she belonged. But what they didn't know, what asterisk Jamal asterisk didn't know, was that Maya had a story. And it started long before that night. Maya had played before years ago. Back then, she had a future, college scouts, scholarships, dreams of going pro. But life got in the way. A family emergency forced her to quit. She stepped away from the game to care for her younger brother, working 2 jobs, and giving up her own future so he could have one. Basketball, the thing that once made her feel alive, became something she watched from a distance. Until now. When she heard about the open run at the local rec center, something inside her stirred. It had been years, but she knew the game was still in her. She had kept training late at night, sometimes when no one was watching. The court had always been her therapy, her escape. She didn't come to show off. She came to feel asterisk whole asterisk again. But none of that mattered to Jamal, the self-proclaimed king of the court. He ruled every game, shaming anyone who dared challenge him. To him, Maya was a joke, a break between real competition. He had no idea who he was dealing with. The gym lights buzzed overhead. The crowd leaned in, and Maya, holding the ball at the top of the key, locked eyes with Jamal. She didn't flinch. The game had just begun. Jamal bounced on his heels, still grinning like it was a game. "Let's see what you got," he said loud enough for the crowd to hear. Laughter followed, but Maya didn't even blink. She kept her focus on the basket, like she was seeing something no one else could. The moment felt quiet, heavy, and then she moved. A quick dribble left, then right, her feet light, her body calm. Jamal's grin faded just a little. He stepped in closer, trying to crowd her, but she slipped past him with a spin that caught even the other players off guard. She wasn't just good, she was asterisk smart asterisk. She saw the floor like a chessboard, moving through defenders with a rhythm that felt almost too smooth. Still, Jamal wasn't about to let someone take his crown without a fight. Every time Maya touched the ball, he tightened up, pressing harder, bumping her shoulder, talking trash in her ear. "You ain't built for this," he hissed. But Maya didn't talk back. Her game asterisk was asterisk her answer. Off the court, whispers had already started. Some people pulled out their phones, recording the game. Others were asking around, asterisk, who is she? Where'd she come from, asterisk, even Jamal's own teammates were starting to play differently, unsure whether to back their star or feed Maya the ball. The gym felt split, the air charged. In the corner, an old coach named Reggie sat with his arms crossed. He hadn't said a word since Maya walked in. But now his eyes were locked on her, a slow nod forming. He remembered that face, that fire, and he knew something big was coming. But the clock kept ticking, and Jamal wasn't done. His pride was on the line. And Maya, she wasn't backing down, not tonight. The game was heating up fast. Every time Maya touched the ball, the noise in the gym grew louder, whispers turning to cheers, cheers turning to shouts. Jamal's frustration was clear now. His usual swagger was cracking under the pressure she was putting on him. He was a star used to controlling the court, but tonight, Maya was stealing the spotlight, and he hated it. With each possession, the tension between them thickened. Jamal guarded her tighter, pushing harder, trying to rattle her, but she stayed steady. The ball felt like an extension of her hand, her moves sharp and deliberate. The crowd was split, some rooting for the underdog, some still believing Jamal would prove why he was the king. Jamal's teammates exchanged uneasy looks. They wanted to believe in their star, but Maya's skill was undeniable. She moved with a mix of grace and power, weaving through defenders like she had been waiting for this moment all her life. Every pass, every fake shot, every step told a story of someone who hadn't given up despite everything. Reggie, the old coach, leaned forward in his seat, eyes shining. He could see the potential for something incredible, something that could change more than just this game. But the tension wasn't just on the court. It was in the air, electric and unbreakable. The score was tight. Just seconds left on the clock. Jamal's breathing was heavy, his focus razor sharp. He wasn't going to lose this without a fight. Maya held the ball at the three-point line, the weight of the moment settling on her shoulders like a mountain. The gym held its breath as she took a deep breath and looked straight at Jamal. This was the moment everything would change, or shatter. Just as Maya prepared to make her move, a sudden shout cut through the tension like a knife. "Timeout," Jamal barked, slapping his hand against the floor. The referee blew the whistle, freezing the game and sending the crowd into a buzz of whispers and speculation. No one expected Jamal to call a timeout now, especially when he seemed so close to losing control. As players huddled together, Jamal's face was tight, his usual confidence replaced by something sharper, desperation. He knew Maya was more than just a lucky player. She was a real threat. And the more the crowd rallied behind her, the more his ego burned. "We need to stop her, or this game's over," he said fiercely. His teammates nodded, a new intensity in their eyes. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Just before the timeout, Maya caught sight of someone in the stands. A man she hadn't expected to see. It was her brother, who she thought was out of town. His face was anxious, almost pleading, and that look shook something loose inside her. She realized this game wasn't just about proving herself anymore. It was about something bigger. As the timeout ended and the players returned to the court, the energy shifted. Jamal's defense became brutal, almost personal, pushing the limits of the rules. Maya felt the pressure mounting, not just from Jamal, but from the crowd, the expectations, and her own doubts creeping in. The clock was winding down. The score was tight, the tension unbearable. Every move felt like it could tip the balance. And now, with a secret from Maya's past suddenly in play, the game wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about pride, family, and redemption. The crowd waited, breath held, for what would come next. Maya stood there, still catching her breath, holding the letter that could change everything. The gym around her was alive with whispers and cheers, but for a moment, all she could think about was how far she had come. From being the quiet woman no one noticed to the player who dared to take on the star and won respect in a way that words never could. Her brother stepped beside her, pride shining in his eyes. "You never stopped fighting," he said softly. "You earned this." The invitation was from a college program that had been watching from afar, finally ready to give her a second chance. The dream she had set aside wasn't lost. It was waiting for her to claim it again. As the crowd began to disperse, Jamal approached Maya. His expression was different now. No more smirks or insults, just respect. "You've got skills," he admitted quietly, "and heart." It was a moment that showed how much had changed, not just in the game, but in all of them. Maya smiled, knowing this was more than just a basketball victory. It was about courage, perseverance, and never letting go of what matters most. The court that once felt like a place of humiliation had become her stage, where she reclaimed her confidence and inspired everyone watching. That night, the simple woman who once blended into the background became a symbol of hope. Proof that no matter where you start or what life throws at you, sometimes all it takes is one moment to rewrite your story. And with that, Maya's journey was just beginning, reminding us all that strength comes in many forms. And sometimes the quietest voices make the loudest impact.